Okay, so we're going to be looking at functions and relationships, right? And we're going to be looking at if we put something in, if we grab something, input, we call it X, and we put it through a machine, blah, 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 blah. Many things happen. There's a multiply, there's a plus, there's a minus, there's a divide somewhere here. And then out on the other side, we're going to get our output, which we normally call Y. And these two values normally go together as a function. They're called parts of a function, right? And when we put a specific number X and we get a specific number Y, we call this a one-to-one function. It's called a one-to-one function. That means for every one X value, there is exactly one Y value. Okay. And the way we express this one-to-one function is by looking at it as a pair of coordinates so that we can see the relationship between all these numbers and the same function. We look at it as the X value first. So we open brackets, put the X value in, semicolon, then we put the Y value that we got out, and we close brackets. So this notation is very important. Okay, we need to remember how to do exactly this. It's important that we do it in this order. All right, so we're going to look at this function that we've been given over here. Okay, we're going to look at this one that Teacher Cat has given us. Let me write it over here. It says Y is equal to 5 minus X. Right, and they've given us certain values of X. Right, so what we can do is we can already kind of write it in coordinate form. We know that they've given us that X is equal to -3. So I'm going to open brackets and put -3, semicolon. That's how I'm going to start. And then I'm going to go into this function that they've given me over here, and I'm going to replace X with -3. And whatever answer I get out is going to give me my Y value. So I'm going to then go, Y is equal to 5 minus -3. And I know that's the same as 5. A negative and a negative will give us a positive. Well done, Karabo. 5 plus 3, which is equal to 8. So my first set of coordinates will be that when X is -3, Y is positive 8. All right. That's for the first one. So when X is -3, Y is 8. All right, let's try the same with -2. Now, before I even get started, I'm going to write it out as a coordinate. I'm going to start with my X value. I'm going to open brackets, -2, semicolon. Then we're going to go back into the original, and we're going to replace X with -2. So we're going to get Y is equal to 5 minus, and then I see X here, so I'm going to open brackets, -2. And I know that a negative and a negative will give me a positive. So I'm going to get Y is equal to 5 plus 2, which is equal to 7. So my next coordinate is going to read -2 and 7. That's it, Karabo, you're on the right track. Now, I've given you guys the first two. There we go, -2 and 7. Now, I want you guys to do the exact same thing that I'm doing, but Karabo, I don't want you to just give me the answer of Y in the chat. I want you to draw this table, fill all these numbers out for, I've given you the X values, find me the Y values. And when you're done, pop your favorite emoji in the chat. I'm going to pop my favorite emoji right now. I'm loving this Slay Queen vibe. That's my favorite emoji. So when you guys are ready, once you've filled out the whole table and you've written all your answers in coordinate form, I want you to pop your favorite emoji in the chat. I'm going to give everybody 5 minutes. Okay, go for it, guys. Funny. You don't have to slay a queen. I am the slay queen. You cannot slay me. Please and thank you. No worries, Tando, welcome. Hello, ke lebogile. Loving the emojis, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm about to explain exactly what it is we're doing. So don't stress if it's looking kind of funny. Everybody's just giving us their favorite emoji. All right. Okay, so let's fill up the rest of this table, guys, because we still need to actually draw the graph of the table. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do y is equal to, or x is equal to -1. Remember, we need to write it in coordinate form, guys. So open brackets, -1, semicolon. And then we need to go and replace x with -1. So we're going to get y is equal to 5 minus -1 is equal to 5 plus 1, which is equal to 6. Amazing stuff. All right. And then I'm going to realize there's a pattern here. So I might not have to do much more. 5, 4, 3, and 2. Now, give me a thumbs up in the chat if you managed to get all the answers correct and if all your coordinates match. And 3, 2. Beautiful, beautiful stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. All right, now we're going to have to plot these, right? No worries. Huawei P40 Lite, you need to give us your name. Okay, excellent stuff, guys. All right, so we need to plot these on the, who remembers what this is actually called? This thing with the XY, this thing that we plot onto. Who remembers what it's called? Anybody? That's it. Tando, what do we call it?
The Cartesian plane, ma'am.
Beautiful. Bonus points, Tando, if you can tell me who it was named after.
I forgot.
Okay, that's okay, my sweetie. That's okay. Cartesian plane is good enough. I love it. Thank you, Tando. Good. It's called the Cartesian plane, and it's named after an old dead dude named Rene Descartes. You guys can look him up. Okay, it's named after a dude named Rene Descartes. He's the one who came up with the idea of a Cartesian plane. Warabile, very, very creative. Yes, I used to do that too. I used to call everybody Mike whatever. So if they said who invented the TV, I used to say Mike TV, ma'am. Mike TV. Or they'll say who invented the Cartesian plane, and I'd say Mike Cartesian. That's what I used to do all the time at school. And my teachers would get so frustrated because I didn't know who invented things. I didn't know. Okay, so the Cartesian plane was made up by someone named Rene Descartes. He's also a famous philosopher. He came up with the philosophy saying, I think, therefore I am. He came up with this saying, I think, therefore I am. So you guys can Google him. He's actually a very cool dude. He did a lot for sociology and the way that people think about themselves, or philosophy as we call it. Okay, all right, but that's beside the point. I'm digressing. All right, so these coordinates that we've gotten over here, the ones in red, we're going to actually plot them on here, guys, and we're going to make sure that they match when we look at that. Now, I want you guys to take note. This is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. And what we need to do is we need to go and find each of these numbers in pairs on the x and on the y-axis, and we need to match them to each other. All right, so for the first pair, my first pair is -3 and 8. My first value is my x value, and that's -3. So I'm going to go to the x-axis, and I'm going to find -3. And I'm going to go to my y-axis, and I'm going to find 8. And then I'm going to move in both directions so that they actually end up crossing each other. So my 8 is going to move in this direction. There we go. And they meet right there. Okay, so that is actually the point that we can then name -3, 5. Sorry, -3, 8. -3, 8. Okay. Then I'm going to do the same with the other coordinates. I'm going to go to -2 and 7, and I'm going to see where they meet. Yeah, they meet there. And that is going to be the point, -2, 7. Okay. Okay. Santrushka, you don't have to use the dotted lines that meet. I'm only doing that in case somebody doesn't know how to find those points. Okay, but I'm sure at this point, everybody knows how to plot these, yes? Okay, -1 and 6 will be there, 0 and 5 will be there, 1 and 4 will be here, 2 and 3 will be there, 3, x is 3, y is 2, there. And then all we need to do, guys, is we need to just pick up a ruler, and join all the dots, just like that. And you'll see that they'll give us a straight line, right? Now, this line that we've just drawn over here is called a linear or a straight line graph. Okay, that's what we've just drawn here, guys. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys again. When we have a y is equal to something with an x plus or minus something else, this is a straight line or a linear graph. Now, my question to you guys is, if I gave you a graph of a function, y is equal to 2x minus 5, what kind of graph will I make? What kind of graph will I get? And you can't say, ma'am, I don't know, because the name of the graph is sitting on the screen. If I gave you this, what kind of graph would I be able to draw? What kind of graph will it give me? No worries, Anela, welcome. Tarabo, you're a whole genius. Thank you, Kanyo. Mwah, beautiful. I'm waiting for everybody else to come to the party. What kind of graph will I get, guys? You just need to type it out for me in the... That's it. That's it. I'm just going to say, I know it looks like I helped you cheat, but you guys are absolute geniuses. I swear. You guys are geniuses. Wonderful. Okay. Now, I need you guys to hold on to this because it comes up in grade 10, in grade 11, and anybody guess where else it's going to show up? Not just in grade 9, in grade 10, in grade 11, and you guessed it, in your matric final paper. This is going to come up as well. So it's a very, very important concept you need to understand. Okay, so hold on to it, guys. See, Isayan, I tell you. And Isayan is in grade 10, so I know this. I know this. Okay, Sulwani, what's up, my sweetie? All right, Sulwani's hand is up and they're not unmuting. Okay, we're going to get to that in just a bit. All right, guys. So I want you guys to note. Hi, Sulwani.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello, my sweetie. What's going on? Hello.
Hey.
I see your hand is up. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I would like us to do the properties.
Properties of?
No, sorry, the commission.
Okay, my sweetie. Okay, can I ask us to...
Whole numbers.
Okay, can I ask us to park that conversation? Can we have that conversation at the end of the lesson, just so I can finish what we're doing now? Okay.
Okay.
And we'll come back to it. All right, thank you, my sweetie. All right, excellent. All right, guys. So we're going to see how we can use the diagram over here. We can use a spider diagram, and it's going to give us the exact same thing that it would if we were using a table. Okay, it would give us the exact same thing, guys. So if we were using the table here, this would be my x values and this would be my y values. And I would then put -16, -4, 0, 3, and 8. I'm actually going to change this 3 to a 4, just to make our lives a little bit easier. I'm going to change this 3 over here to a 4. Okay. And you guys will see that it's going to give us the exact same relationship that we're looking for. All right. Now, here is our function, guys. Our function says y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1. And I know it looks different. It says y is equal to x over 2 plus 1, but these two things are the same thing. The only thing I've done differently is I've taken the x out and I've put it on the side. You can use y is equal to x divided by 2 plus 1, or you can use 1/2 times x plus 1. I'm going to give you guys 3 minutes to fill out the values for y, and do not forget my coordinates, guys. Remember, for my coordinates, open brackets, my x coordinate is -16, semicolon, give me my y value, guys. Same with the next one. My x coordinate is -4, so open brackets, -4, semicolon, give me my y value. When you're done, again, pop an emoji in the chat, guys. You've got 3 minutes. Sorry, if you want to use the flow diagram, you can do it like this. Times 1/2 plus 1. I don't even know if Ivile is actually done or if we're just like popping emojis in the chat. Karabo Nivila, are we really done already? Actually, no, I see it. I see it. No worries, Keegan, welcome. It is quite easy, but Isayan, you're cheating. Give other children a chance. Okay, so we don't need 3 minutes because everybody's pretty much done. We do. Teacher Simone's like, we have geniuses. I agree. We do. Lesedi, what kind of emoji is that? Mashe, that's true. I agree with you. All right, guys. Okay, I want a volunteer. Anybody want to give us these answers? I would love to hear your beautiful voices. Anyone? Anybody? Somebody? Oh, see, I'm Tanda. Hello. I was about to give up. Thanks for saving me, dude. I thought nobody was gonna talk. Hi, Siam Tanda. How are you doing?
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing? Okay.
Okay. So her first, yeah. I can't hear you.
Am I lagging?
No.
Okay, because Kamala says I am, and I'm not sure if I'm all right. Okay, let's talk about, okay, what happens if x is negative 16? What do we get for y?
Oh, I said negative 16 divided by 2 is equals to negative 8.
Beautiful. Good, and that's negative 8 plus 1.
Which is equals to negative 7.
Negative 7. So how would I write that as a coordinate? Siamtanda?
It'll be negative 16, semicolon, negative 7.
Good. And then close bracket. Don't forget to close the bracket. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. Beautiful. So we know this is negative 7. What about negative 4? Keep going.
Okay. Negative 4, it'll be negative 4 divided by 2 plus 1.
Good. And what answer did you get?
The answer will be negative 2 plus 1, which is equals to negative 1.
Wonderful. So my coordinates will read negative 4 semicolon and
negative 1 close bracket.
beautiful. All right. Do the next one for me. Do 0 for me. What's my answer?
It's going to be 0 divided by 2 plus 1. The answer will be 0 plus 1, which is equals to 1.
Good. So coordinate form,
0 semicolon, yeah, 0 semicolon negative 1, sorry, those
just
brackets.
close brackets, good. Okay, we're gonna start moving a little faster. All right, what about 4? Give me the coordinates, just the coordinates for 4.
Oh, it's going to be 4 semicolon 3, close brackets.
Start with open bracket. Good, open bracket. Don't forget, open bracket, and then
4 semicolon 3 and close the bracket.
good. What about 8?
Open brackets 8 semicolon 5 and close the brackets.
Beautiful. Just excellent stuff. Never seen something so beautiful in my life. Very well done, Siamtanda. Now, do you think you can represent all of this on a Cartesian plane for me?
Yes.
Can you? All right. And if I represent all of this on a Cartesian plane, what kind of graph would I get? Think about it. We've just discussed it like literally 5 minutes ago. What kind of graph would we get here?
I think a linear graph.
Absolutely. Don't think you know. That's the correct answer. Very well done. It's a linear graph. Well done. Dude, like, just high five. I'd be just hugs and happiness in my life. Love to see it. Very, very nicely done. I'm so proud. Very well done. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yo, guys, please be like Siamtanda, ne? Be like Siamtanda, because he knows what's what. He knows what's happening, ne? Yeah, Siamtanda knows what's up. All right, guys. So we're going to do this next one over here. All right. I want you guys to give it to me in coordinate form. Okay. Give it to me in coordinate form, guys. Look, they've given us our function here. Our function says y is equal to 16 over x, right? And I want you guys to find me. They've given you the x values. The x values are -8, -4, 0, 1, and 16. I want you guys not only to find me the y values, I want you guys to also give it to me in coordinate form. Okay, I'm sorry, Amache, I'm going back. Sorry, there. You can take a quick screenshot. You've got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's time. All right, let's do this next one, guys. Remember, pop your favorite emoji in the chat when you're done. Okay, ready? Go. Oh, you guys are like lightning fast, hey? Ooh. All right, I need another volunteer. Anybody want to go at this one with me? Anybody? Somebody? Ke lebogile.
Hello, ma'am.
How are you doing, my sweetie?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I'm excellent, my sweetie. All right. Do you want to give us our y coordinate, or our y values and our coordinates? Can you do that?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I want to try.
Absolutely. That's all I want for you to try. All right. Okay. So where are you going to start?
Okay, I did 16 divided by x. X it represents -8.
Good.
So
So
it's
what do you write down?
16 divided by 8, and the coordinate is negative 16. I mean, open bracket 16 comma -2 close bracket.
Okay, good. But remember, you can't say 16, my sweetie. Our x value was -8. Okay. So when you say open bracket, your x value must go there. What was your x value again?
My x value is negative. Oh, yo, man. I did a mistake. So.
That's okay. Let's fix it now while we're on the line together. All right, so we're going to open brackets, and then my x value is
Negative 8,
good. And then what comes next?
-2.
Before the -2, we need to put a
Oh, sorry, a comma.
semicolon. Okay, because it needs to be
Semicolon,
the
-2.
good. And then -2, good. And then
And here it's open bracket,
oh, wait. Don't forget to close the bracket. What comes after
close
the
bracket. Sorry.
Don't forget to close the bracket.
bracket.
Close the bracket. Okay, you're absolutely correct, my sweetie. My answer over here should be that y is equal to -2. So we put -2 over here. Okay. All right, let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. The next one,
The next one, open bracket,
good.
16. I
Ooh,
mean, -4.
Good.
Sorry.
-4.
Okay, semicolon.
Good. Semicolon. All right.
I think it's what -4.
Good. And then what happens after -4?
Close bracket.
Beautiful. Excellent. Excellent. What about the next one? What about 0?
Yo, man, that one, it's not make sure.
It's not make sure, because even if we put it into our calculator, funny things happen, yes?
Yes, I didn't
Mm,
find the answer.
that's true. That's true. That's because anything divided by 0 is undefined. So we have nothing here.
Yes.
Nothing. Okay. It says maths error. So this one for 0, no value. It's undefined. Okay. So we're not going to get coordinates over here. We're just going to write undefined. UND. Undefined. Okay. So you're not wrong. You just weren't sure if maybe you were not doing the right thing. No, anything divided by 0 is always going to be undefined. Yes? Okay, let's do the next one. Are you ready? For 1, what would happen if we put 1 in? What would our y value be?
16.
Good, it would be 16, but now you have to give it to me in coordinate form.
Open bracket, semicolon.
Before the semicolon, there must be a number.
Oh, sorry. +1.
Good.
Semicolon.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is 16.
Beautifully done. Excellent. All
Then
right.
close the bracket.
Good. Now let's do the last one. When x is 16, what am I going to get as a coordinate? Come on, my sweetie.
Here, open bracket,
Mm-hmm.
16,
Good. What's my y value?
positive 16,
Mm-hmm.
and semicolons, 1, positive 1,
Good. And then
close bracket.
beautiful. Very, very amazing. Just wow. Nicely
I
done.
thought I
dear.
was wrong. I thought I was wrong.
Not at all, my sweetie. You did that very beautifully. Well done. 100%.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Very nicely done. Mwah. Nice. All right. I saw somebody in the chat asking, ma'am, is all these brackets necessary? Yes, 100%. Because if I just wrote numbers, if I just did this, -8, semicolon, -2, this then becomes a pattern. It's not a coordinate anymore. So I need to make sure that I'm putting brackets around it in order to show that it's a coordinate. Okay. The brackets are very important because that's how we distinguish between two different parts of mathematics. Okay. So the brackets, very, very important, guys. Very, very important. And the semicolon as well. You can't leave the semicolon behind. It must come with us. All right. Here's your next thing, guys. I want you guys to look at this over here. It says, fill in the table. Here is your function, y is equal to 3x minus 1. I want you guys to fill in this table. And at the bottom over here, add another table there and give me the coordinates as well. All right. You guys are pretty fast. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes. You've got 2 minutes counting, starting now. Go. All right, guys, that's 2 minutes up. All right. I know they're too fast, even for me, Tsepang, I won't lie. Even me, it'll take me a minute. My brain is still not, still doing the math. All right, guys, let's do this one together. You guys will tell me how much you got out of 5, because we're going to do 5 of these. All right, so if x is equal to -2, I'm going to get y is equal to 3 times -2 minus 1. That's going to give me -7. Good. So over here, I'm going to get -7, and my coordinate will be, open brackets, -2, -7. All right. If x is -1, I'm going to get y is equal to 3 times -1 minus 1, which is equal to -4. So for the next coordinate, I'm going to get -1 -4, close brackets. Right, if it's equal to 0, I'm going to get open brackets 0 and -1. If it's equal to 1, I'm going to get 3 times 1 is 3 minus 1. I'm going to get 1 semicolon and 2 brackets 2. That's a negative over there. All right, if x is equal to 2, I'm going to open brackets and I'm going to go 3 times 2 is 6 minus 1 is 5. So I'm going to get 2 semicolon 5 close brackets. Now, have a look at all my coordinates. Give me a number out of 5. How much did you guys get out of 5? Let me know. Ah, you guys are whole rock stars. You guys are amazing. So amazing. Full marks. Love it, Anati. Excellent stuff. Well done, guys. Well done. Sapang, if you're saying you got 3, I hope you know where we didn't quite get it correct. Okay. Tano, you can't give me you can't say 5 out of 5 and then give me sad faces, my dude. You need to match the energy. Match the energy. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you guys one last time. If I plot these coordinates on the Cartesian plane, what kind of graph am I going to get? Straight line graph, beautiful. I see somebody say L. I need to know what L means. Izo, don't lie. Don't lie. Even you know. Good. A linear graph. Bridget, what is a loose graph? What is a loose graph? Good. I'm going to get a linear graph. Excellent. Yeah. And 2 is 2, 5. There we go. And if I put all of these together, there we go. We've got a linear graph because it makes up a line, guys. It's not even that deep. The reason we call it a linear graph or a straight line graph is because it makes a line or it makes a straight line. So it's called a straight line graph or a linear graph. All right. All right. So we're going to try and match these graphs to each of these, but I think maybe let's skip this one for today because it's going to take a whole different explanation. I want us to go ahead and try. Let's see. Let's try this one here. All right, it says here, a set of rectangles all have the perimeter of 24. The breadth of each rectangle, y, varies in relation to the length of x. Use the formula 2 times x plus y is equal to 24, and we're going to complete the table. Now, I want us to note something, guys, that what we're about to do here is we're going to look for y, we're going to look for y values first, and then when we're done, we're going to look for x values. And as Siam Tanda mentions it, I just realized that Teacher Kat didn't actually she didn't put a brain break in here. She didn't put a brain break in here. So I don't know if we're going to be able to have a brain break because there's so much for us to get through. Okay, I want you guys to tell me, okay, how do I get rid of these brackets? I'm so sorry, guys. You guys need to take this up with Teacher Kat. By the way, it's not me. It's not me, it's Teacher Kat. Don't kill me. I didn't do it. Okay, good. Thank you, Buntle. We're going to distribute, guys. We're going to distribute. So we're going to take this one in. And we're going to end up with 2x plus 2y is equal to 24. Now, if I want y to be the subject of the formula, what am I going to do with this 2x over here, guys? What am I going to do with the 2x? I'm looking for a specific word. It starts with T. Anybody? Not divide by 2, Siamtanda. This thing is added to 2y. That's it, Isayan. Good. We're going to transpose. Basically, all we're going to do is we're going to take it over the rainbow. Take it to the other side. Good. But we know that when it goes to the other side, it's going to become negative. Right. So we're going to end up with 2y is equal to 24 minus 2x. Right. Now I can ask you guys then, how do we get rid of this 2? How do I get rid of that 2? Good, Tando. Yeah, that's an easy one. Good. We're going to divide through by 2. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to divide by 2 here. And we're going to divide by 2 here. And we're going to divide by 2 here. So what we're going to have left, those 2 will cancel. We'll have y is equal to 24 divided by 2 will give us 12 minus these 2 will cancel minus x. All right, so this is our function. This is our function in respect to y. Right, I want you guys to go and find me these values of y. These values over here. Okay. I'll give you guys some time. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values of y that we're looking for. Go ahead and give me an answer, guys, in the chat when you're ready. Good, Buntle. Thanks, Buntle, for that one. The first one, when x is 1, y will be 11. No, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Good. Then the next one, when x is 2, y will be equal to 10. Right. When x is 3, y will be equal to 9. Karabo, all you need to do is just replace x with the number. So 12 minus 3 will give us 9. And then 12 minus 4 will give us, that's it, Siamtanda, it will give us 8. Now, be very careful with this next one, guys. The answer is not going to be 7. We've got x as 6. If x is 6, what will y be equal to? Good. Not negative 6, just 6, guys. Good. Y will be equal to 6. Now, guys, we're going to have to reverse this whole thing. Because in this next part, I don't want y. They've given you y. I want x. Okay. I want x. Good, Mobile. Nice one. Right. I want x in this case. So now they've given me y. So what my formula actually looks like is 5 is equal to 12 minus x. Now, if my y is 5, what is my x going to be, guys? Think about it. It's an easy sum, I promise. It's a very easy sum. If I want 5 as an answer, what must x be? Karabo, don't think too deep. Don't think too deep. How do we make 5, guys? 12 minus what gives us 5? That's it, Karabo. Isayan, be very careful. If you're going to take the y over to the other side, it's going to give me negative y. Okay, good. So my next answer for this will be 7. Good. My x value will be 7. Let's try with the next one. They want my y value to be 4. So I'm going to go 4 is equal to 12 minus what? What is x going to be? 12 minus 12 minus 8. Good. 12 minus 8. Okay. What about 3? What does 12 need to, what does x need to be in order for this to be true? 3 is equal to 12 minus, what is x? Good. X is 9. Okay. I guess we all know where we're kind of going with this, right? What does x need to be in order for this to be 2? 12 minus what gives us 2? Good. Minus 10. And the last one, 12 minus 11. Good. All right. And that's the final answer. All right, peeps. Okay, this is the end of today's lesson. Okay, we're at the end of today's lesson. Let's think about what it is that we've learned today, guys. Who can remind us what is one thing that we learned of today? Who remembers? Anything? Anybody? Good. Yes, we learned about linear graphs. What do we know about linear graphs, guys? What do we know about them? Yes, Kilebrile. Beautiful. I love it, Bunke. Good. We learned that we can plot them on a Cartesian plane and that they give us a straight line. Anati says, we learned that brain breaks are important. Good. They form straight lines. And when we write them, we always have an x value and a y value. What do we call it when we put these two things together? What are these called? Ah, Bridget. Mwah, love it. Right. The Cartesian plane is from René Descartes. He's the one who discovered it. René Descartes. Right. What do we call it, guys, when we open brackets, put a number, semicolon, put a number, close brackets? What are these things called? These ones. Yes, we're plotting what? Isayan, don't be like that. Good, Kilaburile. Good. They are called coordinates. Coordinates. Isayan is saying that because in grade 10, guys, there are no brain breaks in grade 10. Okay, we don't have brain breaks in grade 10. We move in grade 10, guys. We work. Okay, see, I'm telling you, not coordination, not coordination, coordinates. Okay, coordinates. All right, guys. Thank you so much.